If I was skinny and I wanted to build some muscle, I wanted to grow, I wanted to get stronger, this is exactly what I would do. I'm gonna break it down for you in this video. So, listen up. Anyways, my name is Abiola Rahim, AR Fitness. I'm an online coach. I've transformed over 500 lives, and I do that through the vehicle of training and nutrition. I help my clients understand the benefits of having a healthy life, and I make them understand how they can actually implement it on a day-to-day basis. So in this video, I'm gonna break it down for you, how to get bigger, how to get stronger, the techniques that I've used, for years and years and years. I've done competitive bodybuilding. I'm a 100-meter sprinter. I'm a boxer in the past, amateur boxing. So I have a large experience and knowledge on what it takes to get someone from point A to point B. And what I do, through my years, I've gathered loads of knowledge, and I break it down and simplify it for you. So, how would I get big? Oh yeah, before I move on, guys, make sure you like and make sure you subscribe, yeah? Because I'm gonna keep these videos coming. Like if I see more engagement, I'm gonna keep it coming for you. And if there's anything specific you wanna see, drop it down in the comments, yeah? And I'll do a video on it. So, if I wanted to get big, this is what I would focus on. Of course, number one, your nutrition. That's fucking obvious, I don't need to spell it out for you. A lot of times, we know what to do, we just have to use common sense, and a lot of people don't use common sense. I'll give you an example. My mate brought me to his friend's house, and we were just chilling. And the guy was complaining. He was complaining about, he's always going to the toilet, his stomach he's always runny, and he doesn't know why. But then I saw him drinking a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi. And then I'm scratching my head like, mate, you're complaining about your stomach, but you're drinking a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi full of sugar, full of chemicals, whatever. Shouldn't you just start with that? Maybe stop that, and then see how you feel, So same again, when it comes to nutrition, we have bad habits. You come home, you drink a bottle of wine, but yet you complain why you can't lose weight, but you're drinking a bottle of wine every night. So you know what I mean? So sometimes just use common sense and start with the basic things that's in front of us if we're looking to make progress in what it is we're trying to do, yeah? So, of course, your nutrition, your training, don't be training like a fucking pussy, and rest and recovery. Those are gonna be your 3 main things. Like, just start by that. That's gonna be the fundamentals. So we'll start with your nutrition, yeah? So, you want to grow. So think about this logically, yeah? If you want to get bigger, you need to eat more. You know what I mean? Like, it's nice and simple. If you want to lose weight, you need to eat less. So you need to eat more. Brilliant, we know that much. How are we gonna do that in a controlled way where we're not gaining body fat, yeah? If you watched my last video, you would have watched how to lose 10 kilos, or how to do a body recomp and lose the body fat. Now you've lost the body fat, you want to build muscle. So your nutrition, you're gonna first of all find, you know your maintenance calories now, yeah, because you've been dieting, you've been on point, and you've understood the basics of nutrition. So you know your maintenance calories. So let's just say your maintenance calories right now, you've been dieting hard, and you want to start building up, and you're eating 1,900 calories, yeah? Of course, what you're gonna do, you're gonna put yourself on a slight surplus. So if you were doing 20 minutes of cardio while you were cutting, you'll start off with the expenditure. I like to do a little bit of both, expenditure and food. So 20 minutes of, let me switch this AC on here. Brilliant. So you're gonna start off, 20 minutes you're doing already. You're gonna cut that down to like 10 minutes. Cut your cardio down, slightly cut down your expenditure, and slightly increase your food. I would increase my food. If you're on 1,900, I wouldn't go too crazy. I'll go 2,400, probably about 500 calories, 500 calories, depending on your appetite. And the calories that you include, try and start basing it around your workouts. So pre and post workout, that's where you're gonna increase the calories, yeah? And you start fueling your training. So now we know we want to be in a caloric surplus. You've calculated, you know what your maintenance is. We've put ourselves in a 400 or 500 calorie surplus, and then you want to make sure you're getting a sufficient amount of protein. As I said, keep it basic, keep it simple. I would say 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. So if you're weighing 80 kilos, roughly about 160, 180 grams of protein, and then you can increase it over time. Yeah? Now, you got your nutrition in place. You're on a surplus, you're getting enough protein, move on to the training. As I said, don't be training like a fucking pussy. You want to push yourself each week because that's how you're going to grow. Yeah, if you're not pushing your body, you're not going to build new muscle tissue. Simple as that. Yeah, so now you're in a surplus with food, and then you're going to go through a progressive overload. So you're going to be looking to get stronger each week. And when you were doing, the way I structure my training, when you were doing the cut, I like to do lighter weights, more repetitions, more volume. So now that we're moving into a surplus, a build, we start to slowly decrease the amount of reps that we're doing, but looking to increase the weight and really push the weight and test your strength a little bit. Yeah, so instead of doing 8, 10, 12, 15 reps like before, I would push it down to 6 to 8 reps, in some of your big compound movements, and then you can really test your strength and really push. Yeah, of course, in a safe manner. You're warmed up, you're doing it with good form, of course. Yeah, so you're gonna push your training each week, progressive overload on a week-to-week basis, slightly less reps, more strength style training than prior to the cut. And then you just slowly progress, note down everything. I like to use an app. My clients use an app to track all their progress. So use an app, or use a logbook, the old style, whatever way you can do it. Even if you want to put it in your notes, do it, but just be organized about it. And then you can look to beat your numbers on a week-to-week basis. Yeah? So now you got your nutrition on lock. You're in a surplus, you're getting enough protein. You got your training, you're progressively overloading each week. You're getting stronger, you're breaking down the muscle fibers, and you're fueling your body with good food so you can grow. Yeah? And now your rest and recovery. You're only as good as what you can recover from. So prioritize sleep, god damn it. You know what I mean? To be honest, I can't lie. I need to work on that myself. Sleep, try and get more, but I'm like work mode. I know we want to hustle on that, but get to bed earlier. If you're gonna wake up early, get to bed early. Just try and get more sleep, more so you can recover, because you're only gonna grow. You only recover while you're resting. Your body's, in the state of rest. So try and get good quality sleep. You can use sleep aids, some supplementations that can help, get your zinc in, get your magnesium in. So things like that will enhance sleep, melatonin, whatever works for you. Yeah. Focus on sleep, get your deep tissue massage, ice baths. I don't do ice baths myself. I'm going to be straight up, but I do regular massage, deep tissues. So just kind of breaking down, the muscle, allowing blood flow, and just aiding the recovery and growing. So take care of your physique, take care of your body. You only have one body, you know what I mean? And if you can work in harmony with the 3 of those, nutrition, get that on lock, training, you're good with that, you're getting stronger, you're a fucking monster. And then you're sleepy beauty. You're getting good quality sleep on a day-to-day basis, you're gonna grow muscle, guys. You're gonna build. So take that on board, yeah? if you found this helpful, like it, subscribe, comment down below what you'd like to see more of, and I'll just keep them coming. And if you have any questions as well, don't hesitate to hit me up. Yeah? Take care, my guys. Deuces.